Every zone before Stranglethorn Vale has had someone trying to keep things under control. Even when those forces are failing or the zone is broken and struggling, there's always someone with some kind of authority trying to hold the line. Then you head south into the jungle and all of that disappears. Stranglethorn has no militia, or a magistrate, or a hero, and there is no meaningful Stormwind presence. It's a vast jungle that has been doing exactly what it wants for thousands of years, and it has absolutely no interest in changing that. That feeling, the complete absence of rules, is what makes Stranglethorn feel unlike anywhere else in the game. Firstly, Stranglethorn makes you feel small. Coming from the zones before it, you're used to a certain scale. Stranglethorn is different, it's enormous and it stretches on further than you expect. So much so that in Cataclysm the zone got split into two. There is dense jungle in every direction, and the moment you step into the zone, you're surrounded by things that want to kill you. Panthers, raptors, trolls and naga. The zone feels hostile. For players in Classic and on PvP servers, that feeling was amplified even further, because there are no faction boundaries here, which means Alliance and Horde players can attack each other freely, and they did constantly. The hostility is actually part of the zone's identity, and Stranglethorn doesn't protect you. It never did, and everyone in it operates by their own rules. Nowhere captures that better than the Gurubashi Arena. The massive gladiatorial stadium sits in the heart of the jungle. Even though the ancient Gurubashi Empire that built the arena collapsed long ago, the arena didn't. It still stands in the middle of Stranglethorn, abandoned by any real authority and operating by its own rules. Or rather, no rules. Every 3 hours a chest appears in the centre of the arena floor, and players fight over it. Alliance, Horde, it doesn't matter, anyone can attack anyone. WoW simply lets the arena be what it has always been, a place where violence settles disputes, and honestly that feels perfectly at home in Stranglethorn Vale, because the entire zone operates on the same principle. Stranglethorn has always been like this, long before the Alliance and long before most of the kingdoms we're familiar with even existed. Stranglethorn belonged to the Gurubashi Empire, but the empire didn't fall apart because of an invading army, instead it tore itself apart. Parts of the Gurubashi became devoted to Hakar the Soul Flare and embraced blood sacrifice in his name, and this caused divisions within the empire, and what followed was civil war, and eventually the Gurubashi collapsed under its own weight and the empire disappeared. But Stranglethorn didn't. The jungle remained, the ruins remained, and the arena remained. One of the greatest empires Azeroth has ever seen rose here, ruled here, and eventually destroyed itself here. And when it was over, the jungle simply carried on. It outlasted an entire empire and barely changed. And if an empire couldn't tame the jungle, what chance do you have? At the southern tip of the jungle is Booty Bay. Booty Bay might be the perfect representation of what Stranglethorn is. Every settlement you visited up until now belongs to somebody, such as Stormwind belonging to the Alliance. Booty Bay doesn't work like that. It's run by Baron Reveligast and the Blackwater Raiders, a goblin pirate faction that will happily do business with anyone. Alliance, Horde, mercenary, smuggler, criminal, it doesn't matter. Booty Bay can be described as a rogue's paradise, a place where life is cheap and trust is even cheaper. The biggest threat to Booty Bay comes from the Bloodsail Buccaneers, a rival pirate faction operating off the coast and constantly looking for opportunities to undermine the city. The thing that makes this conflict interesting is that both sides try to recruit you, and neither side are the good guys. The goblins aren't good people, and neither are the pirates. There aren't any heroes here, as nobody's trying to save the world. They're just trying to make money, gain power, or settle a score. That's Stranglethorn in a nutshell. There's no right answer and no authority to appeal to. There's just competing interests colluding in a jungle that doesn't care who wins. And that's actually what makes Stranglethorn Vale so different to everything that comes before it. Elwyn, Westfall, Redridge and Duskwood all have a sense of order, even when that order is failing. There's always a sense of what you're supposed to be doing and why. Stranglethorn doesn't give you that. The jungle was there long before you arrived, the trolls were fighting their wars, and Booty Bay was making deals long before you. Stranglethorn is the first zone in the game that treats you like you're actually in a dangerous part of the world, rather than a carefully managed quest experience. You're not here to save Stranglethorn, you're just passing through, and the zone genuinely doesn't care either way. If you'd like to see more videos where I break down parts of Azeroth, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. More videos like these are on the way. In the meantime, why not check out my Stranglethorn Vale travel guide, where I explore the zone as if it were a holiday destination.